50,000 Russians are poised to attack 20,000 Ukrainians in Kursk. Ukrainian brigades are bracing for a massive fight. The Kremlin expects its forces to retake the Kursk salient in the coming weeks. On August 6, a powerful Ukrainian force invaded Kursk Oblast in western Russia and captured what is now a 250-square-mile salient anchored by the town of Sudzha. On November 7, an equally powerful Russian force counterattacked, aiming to drive towards Sudzha along the main road, threading from Zeleny Shilak on the western edge of the salient. In more than 2 weeks of hard fighting, the Russians have made barely any progress. The Zeleny Shilak Sudzha road is littered with the evidence of their failure: dozens of destroyed and abandoned armored vehicles. But the Russians aren't about to quit, and their biggest push may be imminent. The Kremlin has bolstered its roughly 50,000-strong corps in Kursk with thousands of North Korean troops, along with elements of 2 Russian airborne divisions, the 76th and 106th, plus the 83rd Air Assault Brigade and the rebuilt 155th Naval Infantry Brigade. These units and others are poised just northwest of the road through Zeleny Shilak. Russian President Vladimir Putin has given his general until early February to eject the Ukrainians from western Russia. But the real deadline, it seems, is the January 20 inauguration of US President-elect Donald Trump, who has vowed to end Russia's wider war on Ukraine, but whose offhand proposals hinge on an unenforceable ceasefire that would freeze the front line in place. Putin should be happy with any ceasefire that hands him control of 11% of Ukraine. But Putin would be unhappy to trade away that sliver of Kursk, however tiny. The clock is ticking. 2 Russian VDV divisions, 1 VDV brigade, and 1 Marine brigade will launch an assault with a lot of maneuvers, Kriegsforscher warned, using the Russian acronym for airborne. The 20,000-strong Ukrainian force in Kursk, drawn from the 41st and 47th Mechanized Brigades, the 82nd and 95th Air Assault Brigades, and the 17th Heavy Mechanized Brigade, among other units, is bracing for the renewed Russia attack. The 17th Heavy Mechanized Brigade, a reorganized former tank brigade, has been holding the line just north of the road to Sudzha.
Земля вправо! За М-кою! За М-кою! Накид! Давай!
The brigade's recent actions underscore the sheer violence of the escalating battle. It's extremely dangerous to move along the front line without armor protection. So the 17th Heavy Mechanized Brigade has deployed some of its 60 T-64 BV tanks as improvised supply vehicles in one chaotic mission on or before November. 16, one of the 42-ton 3-person T-64s, hauled a load of food to an entrenched infantry unit and then immediately opened fire on nearby Russians with its 125mm main gun. As the tank was withdrawing back to its forest base, a Russian drone struck, damaging but not stopping the tank. The combat assignment was completed. The 17th Heavy Mechanized Brigade reported. The danger to Ukrainian troops will only increase as the Russian counterattack intensifies. If there's any reason for optimism among the outnumbered Ukrainians, it's that Russian forces in and around Kursk are subject to a relentless campaign of precision deep strikes by Ukrainian Air Force bombers and Ukrainian Army rocket batteries, respectively firing British-made Storm Shadow cruise missiles and American-made Army Tactical Missile System ballistic missiles. On Monday, the Ukrainians struck a sprawling Russian arms depot west of Kursk with 8 ATACMs. On Wednesday, they hit a Russian command post in Kursk with 10 Storm Shadows. The deep strikes could fray the supply lines to the regiments, brigades, and divisions in Kursk and disrupt their command and control. Meanwhile, Russian forces have been advancing far more quickly in Donetsk region in recent weeks than they did for the whole of last year, according to the Institute for the Study of War, whose map shows the state of play on the front line. The Washington, D.C. think tank said on Sunday that recent Russian gains near Vuhledar and Velika Novosilka showed that the war is not stalemated, and the Donetsk region is becoming increasingly fluid with the latest Russian advances. These advances present Russian forces with 3 possible courses of action for the upcoming winter, the Institute for the Study of War said. The first of which could be further advances southwest, east, and northeast of Velika Novosilka to envelop the settlement from its flanks. Another possibility would be to push to Andriivka from the south in support of Russian efforts to close the Ukrainian pockets near Kurakovy and level the front line. Russian forces could also advance west and southwest from Selidov in the direction of Andriivka to collapse the Ukrainian pocket north of Kurakovy and threaten Ukrainian exit routes, according to the think tank.